Officials at airports across northeast Wisconsin are warning of possible travel delays as a winter storm this weekend moves toward the region, and they say preparations are already underway to minimize any disruptions to flight operations. Airport officials in Green Bay say preparations start days before a storm arrives, and with the possibility of heavy snow by Sunday. Marty Piat, director at the Austin-Straubel Airport, says coordinating with airlines and air traffic controllers is key to keeping operations running smoothly.
And we actually have several coordinating meetings beginning tomorrow with all of our tenants so that we're ready for Sunday.
But even with preparation, inclement weather can still slow flight operations.
Right now, I'm more worried about visibility. Making sure that not only our trucks can see, but the aircraft can see. Once we get below a half-mile visibility, then it becomes pretty tough.
At Appleton International Airport, officials say the storm arrives during one of the busiest travel periods of the year. With spring break travel picking up, they're urging passengers to give themselves a little extra time.
It's always good to give yourself a little extra time. Make sure that you get parked, you can get in, you can get checked in.
Meanwhile, airport officials say security operations at both Green Bay and Appleton continue to run normally despite the partial government shutdown. Local TSA officers are also still reporting to work even as Congress remains deadlocked on funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
But we've been fortunate here that our workers are showing up.
Now, officials say travelers should monitor their flight status and plan for possible delays as the storm approaches.